What's going on, y'all, and welcome back to another Touchdowns to Home Runs. Today, I'm going to be giving you guys my predictions for the SEC Week 1. Can't wait. September 26th, the SEC football is coming back. Let's give up a round of applause for that. I cannot wait for that. As you can tell, again, I don't got my camera yet. Still trying to figure out some things, but I'm just going to make this short and sweet for you guys. We got all 14 teams playing, 7 games. It's going to be a full weekend. The real games start kicking in next week. The games this week are a bit of a weaker slate than next week, but as we start getting in, October 17th, I'm pretty sure is the big date where we got Alabama, Georgia, and we got LSU, Florida. So that's when the big games really start to kick in. A nice little settle-in week for us here, but I'm just going to give you guys my predictions short and sweet because that's what you guys seem to like more than the longer videos I do. So first game, 12 o'clock, in my opinion, what is the best game of the week in the SEC is number 23 Kentucky at Jordan-Hare for number 8 Auburn. I like what I'm seeing for Bo Nix this year. You got Schwartz, you got Seth Williams in that receiving core. I'm really liking what Gus Malzahn was able to put up last year with that team. He had a freshman quarterback. So I am taking Auburn in this game. A lot of people are high on Kentucky this year. I'm personally not one of those people who's high on Kentucky. A lot of people are. I get a lot of hate for I don't want to say I hate on Kentucky. I'm just not buying in. I'm a South Carolina fan. A lot of people don't buy into what we have putting up this year. So it just happens. It's just everyone's opinion. I'm not buying into Kentucky this year. Terry Wilson should have a good year as a quarterback. Kentucky, they're going to make a bowl. They're going to put up some decent numbers this year, but I just don't think that they're a good enough team, especially in the first game, to compete with the Auburn Tigers. So give me War Eagle, Auburn Tigers first game. Next game, we got number 5 Florida versus unranked Mississippi Ole Miss. They go to Oxford. See how Lane Kiffin does in Ole Miss. Florida looking like a really good team this year. I have them making the playoff. In my opinion, that this is a team I want to see 2 SEC teams make the playoff this year. I know the Big Ten just came back and everything, but in my opinion, this is by far the best conference in college football, and we deserve 2 teams all the time in the playoff. It just makes the playoff more entertaining when you have I want the playoff to be the 4 best teams, and in my opinion, 2 SEC teams are definitely in that top 4 mix. So Florida's a team that I'm looking to make the playoff this year. Kyle Trask, see how he does. But Lane Kiffin in Ole Miss, it's going to be exciting for them. Let's see what he's able to do. I just don't think that it'll be able to compete with what Florida has over there. So give me the Gators. Game 1. Next, we're moving on to the 3:30 game, CBS primetime game. We got the defending national champions, LSU Tigers, at home, and visiting them are Mike Leach's Mississippi State Bulldogs. It's Mississippi State's first game with Leach. You got Kylan Hill, see how he does this year. But LSU obviously lost a ton of weapons from last year. You got Burrows gone, Edwards-Helaire gone, Justin Jefferson gone, Thaddeus Moss gone, a bunch of their offensive linemen gone, Patrick Queen gone, Grant Delpit gone. Who else was on that defense? Kayvon Chase gone. Jamar Chase opted out. You still got Derek Stingley on that defense. Let's see how Miles Brennan does for the Tigers in his first game in Death Valley. It's going to be hard. This could be a very close game. A lot of people say Mississippi State could shock some people in this game, but I'm still going with the Tigers in this game. Go Tigers, as Coach O would say. I'm taking the Baton Rouge. I'm taking the Bayou Bengals in this game. Go Tigers. Next game, we got kind of an easy one. We got number 4, UGA, the Georgia Bulldogs, at Arkansas. By the way, Georgia just released some of the best uniforms in college football. I made a video on it. That video did very well for me, so definitely go check that video out. But I'm taking UGA in this game, 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time start. We don't know if it's going to be DeJuan Mathis or JT Daniels yet for UGA. Jamie Newman opts out, but they still got decent quarterbacks behind him. Like, it's not like they're completely empty at quarterback, and they're playing Arkansas, who's a weaker team. They got Felipe Franks coming in. Sam Pittman's taken over that program. They got Rakeem Boyd still, who is one of my favorite players and one of the best running backs in college football, in my opinion. Love Rakeem Boyd, but just overall, Georgia is a way better team here and should win this game with ease. Next up, we got the 7 o'clock game. I think this game's on ESPN. We got number 2 Alabama at Mizzou. Alabama's just too good of a team here. I think Mac Jones is the starter for this game. don't know. It could be Bryce Young, but I'm pretty sure it's Mac Jones starting in this game. Najee Harris, a guy that I'm really excited to see play this year. Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith. This whole Alabama team is still stacked. I think they got Dylan Moses coming back for that defense too. Versus a Missouri team who really their only talent is in Nick Bolton, and I think Roundtree's still there. He's a running back that I like watching. He always kicks our butt against when Mizzou plays South Carolina. He always has a great game against us. I don't know what that's about, but Alabama in this game, easy. Next up, another very close game. I got my Gamecocks playing at home. First game at Willie B versus number 16, the Tennessee Volunteers, Rocky Top Volunteers. We've had very close games with them in the past, except for last year. We had the lead going into the second half, and we just blew it in the second. That's the game that Brian Edwards made that crazy one-handed catch. Tennessee's looking like a good team this year. I honestly still don't know who their quarterback is. Is it Shrout? Is it Maurer? Is it Garantano? I don't know. Whoever they play, they should do good. They lose Jawan Jennings, who really just killed us last year. That was the main reason Tennessee beat us last year. Jawan Jennings had a amazing game. We're at home though. We're not going to have a full 80,000 crowd, but it's still going to be 20,000 screaming Gamecock fans, and that's going to help us. Colin Hill, starter for South Carolina. We got Shi Smith, we got Leggett, and we got, who else do we have wide receiver wise? We got Josh Van, we got guys like that. Marshawn Lloyd's out, which absolutely broke my heart. I was in a Wendy's drive-thru when I looked at my phone and saw that Marshawn Lloyd got injured for the season. That broke my heart. I don't know who to pick here because I know that the Gamecocks are going to win. I think that the Gamecocks are going to win, but no one else thinks that because I'm just a Gamecocks fan and y'all think are biased or something. So for the sake of this channel, for the sake of you guys thinking that I'm still a sane person and still a liable source in sports, I'm going to take Tennessee, even though you guys know that deep down, I know that South Carolina is going to win, and I'm picking South Carolina for me. But for the sake of this channel, I will take the Tennessee Volunteers. Again, not me. It's not me picking against the Gamecocks. It's the channel picking against the Gamecocks here. Last game, 7:30 Pacific time. What am I talking about? Pacific time was Southeastern Conference. I read PM and for some reason said Pacific time. Eastern time, 7:30. Vandy at Texas A&M. I really like Texas A&M this year. I think Kellen Mond's going to make a big step up this year. That's a team that I'm excited to see play, and they're playing Vanderbilt, who is the weakest team in the SEC. I'd probably take Arkansas over Vandy, so give me Texas A&M easy here for the last game of the night. And that's all my predictions for week 1 of SEC. Should be a great week. Can't wait to watch SEC football come back. I'm very excited about that. Next week, the week after, October 3rd, we have 3-Day, which is something I've been working on with the Helinskis. Cannot wait for that. So definitely go be alerted for that. We got a bunch of SEC schools in it. Sports Illustrated just wrote an article about it yesterday, so I will definitely drop the link for that down below if you want to go check that out. Definitely keep your eyes peeled for 3-Day in the coming week, October 3rd. Some good games that week. We got Alabama, Texas A&M that week. We got UGA, Auburn that week. We got South Carolina, Florida that week, so I cannot wait for that. So definitely keep your eyes peeled for 3-Day. And thank you so much for watching this video, guys. And definitely come back next time and go Gamecocks, go SEC, because it just means more here. Thank you for tuning in to my weekly picks. And like I said before, come back next time.